Death while fornicating. That's what you get for fucking in a horror film.
The boogeyman is coming.
Hey everyone, this is Grave Cinema here again, bringing you another video.
Yeah.
And what we'll be doing for this wonderful spooky season as it's drawing to a close, it's going to be a rewatch for us. We've both seen this in the past, but It's going to be the original Halloween from 1978.
The classic.
It is indeed. I think I last watched this maybe a year ago or so. When did you watch this last?
Holly was still in the other house. So, 2016-ish?
So about 6 years or so since you've last seen it.
2016 is, 6 years.
Okay. Yep.
6
So
years.
we both seen this one before, but it is like, you know, it's the big slasher Halloween movie. You have to watch this.
Everybody knows who Michael Myers is, even if you haven't seen this movie.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a new movie coming out, or that has already come out
By
as you're
this
watching
time,
this.
and by this time, it's probably cold enough that if I were actually wearing what I'm wearing right now, I'd be freezing. But today it's beautiful.
It is a wonderful day
So
right now for
fuck
us.
that noise.
So-
And
Yeah, so I got on my
It'll be
my
comfy.
little Halloween scarf. I got it Spirit Halloween
last year,
last year.
you put it on, and I'm like, you need to not take that off.
I know, it was very nice.
And I have my new skull beanie because it's cute. Mm-hmm. And I needed a new hat.
Yes. So, so this is a classic, and I forgot to show it, but Halloween.
Yep. In the 4K.
We have a 4K of it.
Because if there's a 4K to be gotten, it is guaranteed he's going to get it.
Especially if it's one I really, really want.
Yes.
So, that's what we'll be watching. We'll do a review afterwards when we're done reacting to our rewatch, and we'll talk about it. Alright?
Just like always.
Just like always, alright? So, here we go! Halloween!
To Halloween, brought to you by our unofficial, not even in any way related sponsors. That are not our sponsors.
No, we just
Liquid
like Liquid Death. That's all. Alright, Halloween! There's that famous theme music.
That sounds so much like The Exorcist.
It's better, though.
I'm not arguing that. It's just very confusing.
John Carpenter's Halloween. Music by John Carpenter. I think John Carpenter's a better composer than director, personally, and he's a good director, so that's how much I think of him as a composer. I think he's fantastic.
Definitely knows how to make a very creepy, eerie feeling soundtrack.
You may think they scare
Halloween, 1963.
black cats and goblins on Halloween night.
I do wonder how trick or treat became a thing to say.
Let's go upstairs.
Okay.
There it is. The notorious carving knife.
Oh, and then in a POV shot, too, through his eyes.
Yeah, sure.
Two pump chump. How did his parents not notice that he was that disturbed?
Maybe it just happened.
The psychotic break?
Titties.
How did I not notice the titties last time?
Well, it's a little dark. They dead titties.
They dead titties now. But yeah, definite two pump chump right there. You left a naked girl up there and you were only up there for like, what, 2 minutes?
It's just the start. Gotta get to the killing.
I know. Still.
Michael?
Michael?
He was dressed as a clown that year?
Yep.
You know, I don't know about you, but if my kid was standing outside with a bloody knife, I'd be going inside to figure out where the blood came from. I'm just saying.
From a person. October 30th, 1978.
Dun dun dun.
You haven't anything to worry about. He hasn't spoken a word in 15 years.
Therapy has been going well?
Just trying to understand what we're dealing with here.
You actually never want him to get out.
Never. Never. Never.
It's best to do like
It's all dark.
It's all dark. That's
Since when did they let them wander around?
Because they don't let them wander around, especially not in a thunderstorm at night.
nope. They'll get wet. Am I lying?
No.
See?
Wait.
Get the keys out of the ignition. I don't take the keys out of the ignition.
She just ran in a panic.
He's gone from here. The evil is gone.
The evil is gone.
Gone.
Haddonfield.
I do like how in the remake they actually show him in the mental asylum. More.
Can we take jack-o'-lanterns? Sure. Watch the monster movies? Sure. You're not supposed to go up there.
Yes, I am.
That's how he picks his target.
You're gonna go up there.
All alone. Just the two of us.
Sam Haddonfield is 150 miles away from here. Now, for God's sake, he can't drive a car. He was doing very well last night.
Not to mention he's his doctor. He's gonna know him better than anyone.
Mm-hmm. Where did he get the mask from, I wonder?
Here, he probably just got it from some random Halloween store.
He's watching you.
How does he know where her classroom is?
He followed her.
Huh?
He followed her. Then he looked in all the windows and was like, there she is!
But the blinds are mostly closed with the light off.
That's right. Samuel's definitely personified fate. In Samuel's writing,
gone.
fate.
Seriously though, she aged really, really well.
Mm-hmm. It's all the yogurt.
He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. The boogeyman is coming. Leave me alone. He doesn't believe us. Don't you know what happens on Halloween? Boogeyman.
Little shits.
Kids, especially middle school kids, I find, are assholes. Yeah, I'd fucking run from him too. Somebody caught me like that.
You've got to believe me, officer. He is coming to Haddonfield.
There we find the dead body. You didn't bother to look for a body?
There it is.
You know, it's totally insane. We have 3 new cheers to learn in the morning.
Totally.
The game is in the afternoon. I have to get my hair done at 5, and the dance is at 8. I'll be totally wiped out.
Totally.
enough to do tomorrow.
Totally.
Totally.
Toad.
Toots.
Why didn't you wait for me?
We did. 15 minutes. It totally never showed.
That's not
Totally.
true. Here I am.
Take a shot every time she says totally.
Yeah. You got a nice buzz quick.
We're up to like 4.
Exploring uncharted territory.
Totally. 5.
Sure.
Oh, you're babysitting.
The only reason she babysits is to have a place to.
Shit. I have a place for that.
I forgot my chemistry book.
My French book, and well, who needs books anyway? I don't need books.
Speed kills!
Bitch, what you say?
Run the other way.
Joke?
You know, Annie, someday you're gonna get us all into deep trouble.
Totally.
Totally 6.
I hate a guy with a car and no sense of humor.
I'm babysitting the Doyles. It's only 3 houses down. We can keep each other company.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah, so we got up to 6 totallys there.
6.
6.
Thank God we're not doing alcohol, otherwise I'd be a 5-year-old by now.
He's watching you.
Oh, look.
There's a creeper.
I don't see anything.
He drove by so fast that one you yelled at.
Subtle, isn't he?
Bold, aren't you?
Hey, creep. I think you're wacko. Now you're seeing men behind bushes.
She has a leaf in her hair.
The wind's blowing.
Excuse me,
Oh,
Laurie.
Mr. Brackett, I'm sorry, Mr. Brackett.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
He said a lie.
It's really early.
It is early. They just got out of school.
Did they not have screens in the 70s?
There he is again. He'd be creeping.
I'd be calling the police by now. That's what we call a freak in the sheets. We didn't call to talk.
Who is this?
We called to breathe heavily.
It's the killer from Black Christmas.
Oh God. I think the most annoying thing about all of that is that the phone wouldn't stop ringing.
Yeah. Judith Myers. Row 18, lot 20. Why do they do it? Goddamn kids. 19. Judith Myers. She came home.
Why would you think to check the grave, though? What would you expect to see there? Like, you're right. Who steals
It's
a
a crazy person,
who
though.
steals a
You never
gravestone?
know. They could dig up the body, do fucking weird shit to it. He ended up just stealing a tombstone.
What's the pumpkin for? I brought it for Tommy. I figured carving a jack-o'-lantern would keep him occupied.
Need more cowbell.
For that matter, I might as well be a Girl Scout myself tonight.
Somebody isn't used to smoking.
Of course, she's a goody good girl.
You think he's not gonna smell it?
Be natural. Hi, Dad. What happened?
Oh, somebody broke into the hardware store. All they took was some Halloween masks,
Yeah, okay.
a couple of knives. Bye, girls.
Bye, Dad.
How did you not smell it? How did you not smell it? That was weed, right?
Most likely, yep.
They should have smelled it! He's a cop!
I'd like to have a word with you if I could.
Well, maybe a few minutes. I've got to take
It's important.
He's behind you, Doctor. And there he goes.
Do you think they actually got the idea of Loomis from this movie? Billy Loomis. Dr. Loomis.
Go back to Psycho. Sam Loomis. The boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a tradition for horror. Every new masterpiece has to have a character named Loomis. Them's the rules.
Okay. That's like the perfect time of day. Golden hour.
Mm-hmm. Babysitters arrived.
Now we getting the fuck out.
Man wouldn't do that.
This isn't a man.
It's a shape.
He's more psycho than psycho. There's no rhyme or reason to him.
I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. I met this 6-year-old child, the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
I still think I should notify the radio and television.
No. If you do that, they'll see him in every street corner. They'll look for him in every house.
Great paranoia.
It's fair.
I'll check back in an hour.
Especially on Halloween. It could have just been a generic mask.
You be creeping.
Laurie's out there. Hold on. Laurie, the boogeyman's outside. Look.
You're imagining things, child. Obviously.
No, I just made a mess of myself. I gotta call you back.
I need a rope.
Lindsay is distracted,
There's TV.
and now you're mostly naked.
Yeah. It's a slasher movie. You gotta get them naked. It's a rule. You gotta know your audience.
Good dog.
Never mind.
He's whimpering.
Hot date.
Oh,
Well, that settles it. He's evil.
Oh, poor baby.
Look, it's the Thing from another world.
Which is different than the thing we watched, yeah?
It's a favorite of John Carpenter. That's why I put it in this, and that's why he made his own version. Even the title sequence is similar.
What are you doing?
Laundry. Apparently it's outside.
Ugh.
And the light's not working.
Of course not.
He's creeping again.
Oh,
Waiting. Watching.
who's there?
She said, who's there?
This one of your cheap trips.
Oh my God, I'm stuck.
Nice shot.
She got stuck in the window. She'll be right here.
All right, cut it out. It can happen to anyone.
You left the door open.
Yeah, but I've seen you stuck in plenty of other positions.
My parents are gone. About half hour ago.
Oh, utterly fantastic.
He's really good at that disappearing act.
Walk over.
It's necessary to be a creeper. You gotta appear, then disappear.
Oh, shut up, jerk. I think about lots of things. Now, why don't we not stand here talking about them and get down to doing them?
Lock your door.
So do you think Laurie was actually his target, or do you think it was Annie because she was the sassy one to him?
Hi, come on in.
I think he just felt like killing some babysitters.
That's fair.
This was originally titled The Babysitter Murders.
Oh, fancy. This has not been my night. Oh. No keys.
That was locked last time.
Surprise, bitch! That's why you should check the back seat when you get in.
Especially if the car was first locked and then not locked.
Ooh. Creeper's carrying a body. Boogeyman just killed your babysitter, Lindsay.
There's no boogeyman, and if you don't stop all this, I'm gonna have to turn off the TV and send you to bed.
Go ahead, Lonnie. Go in.
Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there.
He's like, I scared him.
Fucking kids.
All right, I'll stay with you tonight. Just on the chance that you're right. And if you are right, damn you for letting him go.
He didn't let him go! He escaped!
Then you rip my clothes off. Then we rip Lindsay's clothes off. Yeah, I think I got it.
Totally.
Totally, number 7.
This is totally silly.
Totally, number 8.
I preemptive.
No, fright. Nope, totally, number 9.
Hey, Annie.
No. Fright Rags, the horror t-shirt maker, released a shirt with her character and just the word totally on it. So,
Fitting.
yeah. We write 9 totallys.
Cheers, bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Teenagers.
They horny, okay?
Didn't say they weren't. I know the feeling. I remember being a teenager myself.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is Annie around?
I thought she'd be home by now. She went to pick up Paul.
Well, she's totally not here.
Nope, nope.
Totally.
We preemptive.
Whatever. Number 10.
I don't know what time to put her to bed.
Okay. Later.
You know, I'd say you go make a baby, but it ain't gonna end well for you, so.
Lindsay is gone for the night.
Hey, now that's wonderful.
Death while fornicating. That's what you get for fucking in a horror film.
They should totally know better.
That's all it took.
Yep. Totally. Number 11.
Nice perky tits, but you two are amateurs at sex.
It's a movie. They have limited screen time. They can't do a full half-hour to an hour session.
Go get me a beer.
I thought you were gonna get me one.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
He said the words.
I'll be right back. Who's there? I'll be right back. Smoking, fucking, drinking.
This movie is the reason there are rules, as seen by Scream, since this is the movie they were watching.
Yeah, that's why I was featured earlier.
I don't feel like there's gonna be many more totalies.
We had about 11.
Going to be more death, though.
More death than a horror movie?
Nah, man.
We can hear the heavy breathing.
Come on now.
Got that evil strength.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. Stabby stab. Well, just a stab. He stabbed him straight through and stuck him up.
Like a butterfly.
Now, I don't think that knife would hold his body weight up. I think he'd be...
Not with it that part. It's too little into the cabinet. It'd be just the tip touching the cabinet.
Cool shot, but...
Cool shot.
But physics would be arguing. Oh, look! He put on his costume. Over the costume.
Well, did you get my beer?
He wants to see your titties.
Titties!
Very
See anything
picky
you like?
titties. It's good of them that they changed this movie from the Babysitter Murders because she's not babysitting.
Alright, come on, where's my beer?
Are you weird? Well, I'm gonna call Lori.
Hello? All right, Annie. First I get your famous chewing, now I get your famous squealing.
Dun dun dun! It's Michael!
Who'd have thunk it?
I'll kill you if this is a joke.
Annie?
Hello?
Call the police. Call the police. Lock all the doors and windows and call the police. That's all you had to do.
We're going to go investigate. By ourselves.
Because we can't take the kids. But we'll leave them unattended. You know, for people to come in.
Sleep tight, kids.
They're sleeping. They're fine.
Don't tell me this whole time you've been that close.
Just a slow walk over. Just to let the music play.
Do you think Michael would have ever come over to the other house if she hadn't gone and checked?
That's a good question.
Linda?
I mean, he was following her earlier, so...
Yeah. Listen, just because I've seen it before doesn't mean I'm not still scared. This is like a fucking nightmare come true as a creepy predator shows up and starts preying on females. We're babysitting small children and therefore have weaker spawn that they're responsible for.
Spawn.
Well, that's what kids are. They're spawn.
Yeah. Little crotch goblins.
Yeah.
You set up a very nice scene.
Poor Bob.
She's totally not having a fun time.
Really? Really?
Yeah. We only got 11 out of her.
Did you need more?
Yeah. He's there.
We can't tell because it's too light in here.
Oh no!
You know, the fact that she didn't die from that is honestly the biggest miracle of the entire series. That should have killed her. Run, fool!
She's trying.
It's locked. Honey, if there's something on the outside of it blocking it from opening, step back and fucking kick that shit. Yeah, you're smart. Run back to the house, call 911.
Hello? 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 Can't you hear me? Oh, God!
Not their problem.
It's Halloween. Get in there and lock the door, Buckaboo.
You coming?
Tommy, please!
You coming? You coming?
Get upstairs. All right, upstairs, get Lindsay, lock the bedroom door. Do as I say! Hurry!
You got to the telephone line that fast. Smart girl.
She got the knife though.
Don't stop moving. He's not dead.
Let's just drop the knife. Yeah. What you doing, Loomis?
Where were you? I went to the Myers house.
I found the car. He's here.
I'm scared.
There's nothing to be scared of.
Are you sure?
Killed him.
Nope.
You can't kill the boogeyman.
I'll just hide in this closet.
What are you gonna do with that?
Little stabby stabby. He dropped a knife. She got him.
It's not enough.
No?
Wait for it.
But
There's an entire series. Isn't there like 12 of these now?
she defeated the evil.
They just had one where she burned him in a house. Didn't do it. Did she keep the knife this time?
She's holding it still.
It's hard to tell in the dark.
I can see. He's lying on the ground. He's dead.
He's not dead.
He's dead.
We all know he's not dead.
He's dead on the inside.
It's the first one of a series. He's not dead.
Maybe the rest are just copycats.
That's not something you copycat.
Yeah, a series would never have a copycat killer.
Any kind of copycat killer that's that cold and heartless would take way too much thought.
I want you to go down the street to the Mackenzie's house. I want you to tell them to call the police.
See, she's fine.
She's not fine.
Look, he's dead. Okay, he's not. There's a clue.
Just go. And you keep dropping that damn knife.
Took off the mask. Here's his face. Mask back on. One. Six. He shot him 6 times.
It's only a 6-shoot pistol, so not much option. It is a strange, interesting coincidence as to how he survived that.
As a matter of fact, it was.
It was the boogeyman. He's gone. I think she's a little bit traumatized.
Gee, can't imagine why.
Halloween.
It would be a worse nightmare for me if I was babysitting.
All right, so that was the classic Halloween by John Carpenter. And what do we think about this?
So, I was talking with my coworker about this recently, and one of the reasons he refuses to watch it is because it's too real for him. And, I've always put Michael Myers in the category of somebody's semi-supernatural, because who can actually survive after 6 shots like that, keep going, 2 stab wounds at least? I don't know, but, thinking about it now, it could actually happen, and that is really fucking terrifying.
Yeah, this is like the start of the big slasher birth that happened in the early 80s for the most part. And this was late 70s, but they all got their inspiration from Halloween and Michael Myers.
It's a good, simple storyline, and it works. They definitely used the KISS method here, and they did very well with it. They set up their stories really well. There wasn't too much info. I would say there's just on this side of not enough, but that's because I like to know backstories. I don't want to know everything.
That's true. Like horror movies, you don't need to know the whole backstory. Why are they the way they are or something? No, just this is what's happening and let's deal with the shit that's, in front of us. But that's why you have, new movies. They want to give you more or create more backstory or do a prequel. But those first movies that are really good, they don't have to deal with all that crap. They don't have to try to add more. Because, that's the thing with franchises. They're like, okay, what can we do that's different instead of doing the same movie over and over again?
Right.
Some do that, some don't. But this one, it did spawn pretty much the big horror franchises that we know today.
To be fair, if you're going to go into a new territory, which I feel like this movie did, you don't want to add too much. You want to keep it simple. Because you're trying to open a door, not trying to blow it up some C4.
Well, originally, the idea was that this would be an anthology series. Like, every new Halloween movie would be a different story, different characters, but all set on that same Halloween. Problem is, they fucked up by doing Halloween 2 by bringing back Michael Myers, because then it became an expectation. So when they actually did do it for Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, people were like, well, where's Michael Myers? And that really fucked up the reception of that film. And it's not a bad film, but people were like, no, it's shit, there's no Michael Myers. If it was just called Season of the Witch, it would have been much more...
You should have just...
well thought of at the time when it came out.
Not given yourself a villain.
Yeah.
You created a villain, people locked onto that villain, and now you have a franchise built around that villain, and you made the mistake of adding the name that's that generic to it. So, yeah, you kind of screwed yourself, but at the same time, I'm sure you made billions off of it, so...
Oh, they're milking this cash cow as much as they can, because, the series has been rebooted so many times. Honestly, this is the biggest, choose-your-own-adventure type film series because of how fucked up the timeline is. So,
yeah, I've heard. I haven't seen anything other than this, the remake, and the very end of Halloween something. It's one of the newer ones.
Yeah, I've pretty much seen them all except for the Rob Zombie remakes.
I may have seen the end of Halloween Kills.
Okay.
I don't actually know which one that was, though.
Well, it's hard to tell after a while because they
I know
will
it actually
start
has
to
Jamie Lee
blend.
Curtis in it.
Okay, that would have been probably a newer one. She was in...
And it's an older Jamie Lee Curtis, so it has to be a newer one.
Okay, so once Halloween comes out, that'll be the 7th time she played Laurie Strode. And the 1, 2, probably the 2nd or 3rd timeline she's on. Because Halloween,
yeah.
You have the 1st and 2nd movie, then 3 does the anthology thing, so then they bring him back for 4, and then he's got 5 and 6, which kind of tie in mostly.
So...
And then you have 7, which kind of still follows that timeline, and then 8. But honestly, once 7 comes out, that's more of a timeline of 1, 2, then 7, then 8. And then yet again, when you brought this new movie with Halloween in 2018, you follow one and then 2018 and then Kills and then Ends. So it's like 3 separate branches of timelines we have, and then Halloween 3 is all by itself. That's
So do the other movies all have Laurie Strode?
Nope.
Okay, so Jamie Lee Curtis is the only one to play her.
Jamie Lee Curtis is the only actress to have played Laurie Strode so far.
Okay, well, other than the remakes, but yeah.
Other than the remakes. I haven't seen those ones yet. But that's its own timeline as well. Just the remake timeline.
Because...
like, supposedly Texas Chainsaw Massacre is starting to get as bad as Halloween when it comes to their timelines and such. I haven't seen the whole series of that, just a few here or there. But at Halloween, I've seen pretty much most of them, as I mentioned before. But it's just so crazy how fucked up the timeline gets. But it's a beloved first movie, so people want to see more. And these new movies, I honestly think, they are good. They have their moments you can criticize, but they're still well done. They're good slashers, and people want to see it, and
I
they're
feel
doing
like
very well.
If you're gonna take a horror series and go wackadoo with it, I mean, using the gateway horror villains for it, like Leatherface, like Michael Myers, like Jason, like Freddy, are the ways to do it.
I mean, Jason and Chucky get some nice wackadoo movies.
Well, so does Freddy. So
Freddy, yeah. I love it when they just go batshit crazy. I mean, it's hard to top what the originals do.
But I mean, like,
it's very hard,
Jason,
so you gotta try
Chucky,
something different.
Freddy, Michael, Leatherface, those are some of your main horror villains that most people recognize. So they're your groundbreakers. They're the ones that are gonna push the rules. They're gonna be the ones that say, we've made billions of dollars off of this. Let's put up a bunch of shit on a dartboard. We're gonna do that.
Space.
Because why not?
In the hood.
They've already done enough. They've already made their money
Boat
off
ride.
of it. If they're gonna push boundaries and go to the extreme or to the fucking crazy just to see what pans out, they can. And they're the ones that should, because then it saves the newer horror people who are coming in with their own ideas and their own feet that they're trying to get off the ground, the room to go, okay, this worked, this didn't. You know? And then you get better horror because of that.
Totally.
You were just waiting for the ability to say that.
Yeah. You gotta love the memes.
Yeah.
You got to. But yeah, honestly, this movie, I feel what really pushed it over the top is the soundtrack.
It has a great soundtrack. You know me, I love a good soundtrack.
In my opinion, it's the best horror soundtrack there is.
It's definitely the most recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the most eerie without being like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Overbearing?
Yeah. It's not over the top.
No, it's not.
It's perfectly
It's
accented.
subtle. It gives you the mood, the vibes that they're trying to give.
Accentuate, yeah.
And accentuate, yeah. And like, it was still before he did the soundtrack, when it was just the movie itself, it was like, you know, it's just so, wasn't scary. But when you add that soundtrack, you get all the tension, all the build-up, which really
that's the one thing
drives
about,
the fear.
Since the thing was brought up in this movie, it's the one thing about the version John Carpenter did of the thing that always bothered me.
It just wasn't
I felt the soundtrack could have been better.
Thing had a subtle soundtrack, and that was not even Carpenter, it was
soundtrack.
Ennio Morricone, who's just great music, but it was very subdued for that one, I will agree.
Very subdued. This, I feel like, was perfect for the story that they put out. It was simple. So was the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
But it fit. Like, this is one of those times where you just have, like, the perfect perfection. It's like a perfect couple. You have the story mixed with the music, mixed with the right actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's the like ultimate horror film ever for me, but I do think it was one of the most well done.
It's in my top 10 if I was ranking them. In fact, I did rank them recently. I wrote it down. I still have to make a video of my top 10. I'm busy with things. But I did list out what my top 10 would be, and this is in like the middle of them somewhere, as I recall. Because, yeah, it's highly influential. It's very well done. And it's got that pedigree. It's got that lasting power. Everybody knows Halloween and Michael Myers. And it always comes back.
It doesn't age too much either.
No?
Because something like this could be just as relevant today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, granted, people lock their doors and windows a lot more now. They have home alarm systems, but as Scream proved, there's ways around that.
There's always ways around that bullshit.
But it's still relevant today. It can still mess with people today because we don't have a lack of people. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're very rare that you get someone this fucking psychotic, but it does happen.
Yeah, like Netflix just released like the Dahmer series, and that's a real live person, so you know there are real live people out there that are fucked up. So.
And that was within the last century, so. You know, you got the Dahmers, you got the Charles Mansons, the Ed Geins of the world.
Your Jack the Rippers.
Yeah.
Of course, they're just covering up for the Queen and the royal family.
And the werewolves.
Oh, yeah, and the werewolves.
But that's one of the things that this gets to me about, is that it's relatable. And it could happen. And I have babysat in the past, not as much at night, but enough that I'm like, I don't know where all the weapons are in this house. You know? And that's one of the reasons I really get panicky at night, and I'm very happy that we have the locking system on our door that we do. I mean, don't get me wrong, you were a very great method of home defense and make me feel very, very safe.
Cool.
I'm still happy that that's there.
You know, in case, unless, you know, the day comes where I go insane.
No, I can handle you.
You think that less of me? Or that little? That I can't be completely insane and unstoppable? Like a Michael Myers?
Oh no, I think you could definitely go Michael Myers, but here's the thing. I know you well enough to know where those weak spots are.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'd be more Billy Loomis than Michael Myers.
Yes, you would. And Billy Loomis was easily taken care of with a gun. Not that we have one of those in the house to handle that
Because in
with,
Scream, there are
but-
real people who can be shot unless they're wearing a bulletproof vest.
Thanks,
So.
Roman.
Oh, I loved Roman.
He did it all himself. You got it.
People gave Scream 3 too much shit. I thought it was great for what it did,
I
but
kind of want the house.
very nice mansion. But that's another movie.
Yeah.
This is Halloween.
This is Halloween, and the houses aren't as cool, but the storyline is.
Yeah, we'll rewatch Scream.
I love the Scream.
I love to talk about. We'll get to that. Eventually. In fact,
And it has been and sorry, I couldn't help. I've been playing.
Once spooky season's done, probably like around January or so.
About the anniversary of Scream 5?
Yeah, and Scream 6 is coming out too, so I guess we'll work on some videos just to do rewatches of Scream, just to talk us.
Because it's. This is the
Yeah.
Scream's the movie that actually got me started into horror.
Yeah.
That will.
And without Halloween, this movie, we wouldn't have Scream.
No, especially since it's
No.
in Scream. You know?
Like, they did the thing, who's there, or I'll be right back.
This is where all of the rules essentially come from.
Mm-hmm. This
from
is like
Randy.
the slasher movie in
The
its purest
slasher
form.
movie. This is the one that made the rules what they are. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree. Without Halloween, none of that would have happened. This is your gateway drug to other horror films. They are the ones that took that door and burned it down and then pissed on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. Maybe one day we'll do the rest of the Halloween series, as fucked up as it is.
It would be nice, because I haven't seen it, and I would actually really like to see Halloween 3 and see why it was so weird.
It's just its own thing. It's just doesn't have Michael Myers.
It's called Season of the Witch, though.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. Let me put it that way, I'm intrigued.
Intrigued, okay. But, question is, what order do we watch it in for her? You know, if you're watching this, should we do it straight through, like every movie as it was released, or do we want to do a certain timeline? You know, because maybe you'll get a better experience out of just the newer movies, or maybe the ones when H2O was released, with that sort of like a separate timeline, or maybe just the original, like Thorn trilogy or whatnot, with that timeline, you know? What would you want us to see?
Yeah, help us with that, because I can't weigh in here.
She has not a clue,
No.
but I know how fucked up it is.
Yes.
But what would you want to see, you know? Just,
Yeah.
honestly, they most likely want us to do all of them.
Yeah, I mean, like, eventually we should.
Yeah.
But which one's first?
Yeah. So should it be just in order, just do the newer movies first, because they're more modern, you know? And actually have those. I still got to collect some of the older movies.
I'm sure Second and Charles will have them at some point.
I'll probably just get the rest of the 4Ks. Like, I got the Scream Factory, or, yeah, this 4K was released, and they've done the first 5 in this format, and then they released a box set of the next 3 or so, and then I have pretty much all the other ones already on 4K that have been released.
Pretty
So, Yeah, so I can just get these as we do them.
Do you know what I would love to see, though? So you have Michael Myers, who can get shot 6 times and not die. Get stabbed twice and not die. He can fall off a fucking balcony and not die.
Yeah.
I want to see him go up against Jason.
I've seen a cool little fan film on like YouTube.
Who won?
My boy Jason.
Okay.
Of course.
Well, I feel like it'd be closer to a draw.
Honestly, it was good, and I think the end they left it so like, oh, he's not really dead, because just like Freddy versus Jason, oh, I'm not really dead. But yeah.
Freddy can never die. He's a concept.
No. I mean, YouTube has some great fan films for these scenarios. We're lucky we got Freddy vs. Jason as an actual studio-released movie, because it's so hard to get those people together. And they were on the same studio at that point, and it took them like 10 plus years after they teased it for that to finally happen. So YouTube is great just for that fan videos that they create with these scenarios, where you can see these icons go at it, until the day comes when they all become public domain far in the future, and then anybody can use them in their movies. Kind of like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen uses all public domain characters.
Dorian Gray, Captain Nemo.
Yeah, but they bring them all together to have, you know, a fun time. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah. So, this was Halloween. This is the classic movie by John Carpenter, the great master of horror director. He's up there with Wes Craven. Some put him higher than Wes. Wes is always my favorite, but you can honestly go 1-2 with both of them when it comes to how well they are known when it comes to horror.
I'd be okay with them tying.
Tying's good.
They can share.
They can share.
Children can share, they can share.
Mm-hmm. So, this was our rewatch. Probably not our final one for the spooky season. There's other stuff we're going to do, because I'm going to be crazy.
Still under wraps.
I'm going to be crazy and try to do a lot of videos.
He's going to do a lot of things, and then I'm going to tie him down to something away from his computer so he takes a fucking
Yeah, I'm probably
break.
going to be stuck in my room for a few nights just trying to finish up these up here.
Yeah, make sure you eat and get water.
Yeah, and probably once November rolls around, I'll just, I won't do any rewatches, just straight up some newer ones, because I have a selection there I want us to do.
But it won't be till, like, mid-November that these are airing, because I'm really gonna be taking a break.
As I mentioned, probably will take a break from rewatches until, like, January or so, because it does take a while to edit this crap. Crap, I say. It's good, but it's busy work, which I'm not technically getting paid for. I know, Raven, it's horrible.
It's a labor of love, which is why we don't want to overwhelm him and make him hate it, so that we stop.
Yeah, and I do try to get it done ahead, so our Patreon has people see things first, and it's not just, oh, it's done, now it's there on YouTube a week later, so I try to give them, you know, a nice little perk, because they support us by giving us money.
Mm-hmm. We like money.
We like money.
It buys us Chipotle and other things.
It buys us wonderful copies.
Oh yeah,
of
it
the
buys
movies.
us movies.
It does, so that's
I always
great.
jump to food. I could really go for food right now. I'm hungry.
That's true. We
haven't eaten yet.
We have not
basically
eaten
got
dinner
off work,
Got
came home and we watched a movie.
Watch this, so because if we do it early enough, you won't doze off.
I'm sorry. I work hard at my job, and not all of us can do it from home.
I know. It's okay, but you know.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Maybe someday. Maybe someday.
Maybe someday we'll figure out how to do security from home.
So, thank you for joining us for this rewatch and review of the classic Halloween. And we hope you will stick with us for the next videos we do for the spooky season. Just stick with us. We got some nice fun ones.
The next one should be extra fun.
It shall be. So, we look forward to having you with us there.
Yeah.
All right. Until then.
Yeah, stay spooky.
Stay spooky. Bye.